What's going on, everybody? Jake Blickenstaff here with Millionaire Mindset and Residual Bitcoin Miner team call that we do every week to make sure that you guys are up to date with what is going on in the markets, as well as any updates going on with our systems, our businesses, and how you can possibly have the most success that you want to be able to get where you need to with online business. One of the biggest things that we always hear from different people that are inside of our group are they've been online for X amount of time and they've seen all the success that other people have had with other businesses, other programs, but there's always an underlying issue that's never discussed. How long was that person previously working in the marketing space before they started to get success? You know, people that are new, that just come into this stuff, they see that what seems or appears to be overnight success and they want it. And then when they don't get it, they wind up having fear, uncertainty, and doubt with the decision that they've made to look into online business. So that's where we try to nip it in the bud and show you from A to Z on what we are doing to actually be successful. Me personally, I've been working online for about 1.5 years, and just in the last 2 weeks was able to finally fire my boss. And thankfully, I was capable of doing that just because of the system that we have in place that we're going to talk about today. So if you guys are on the panel live, or if you're watching this replay, you know, somewhere below this video, more than likely is going to be a link to get some more information about some of the stuff that we're talking about, or definitely get back with whoever invited you to this call to watch this to get some more information or to possibly get signed up. But one of the things that I want to talk about, we are definitely Bitcoin and crypto centered around what we do. We're still definitely early adopters inside this industry. And a lot of people don't realize that, you know, we hit a certain all-time high and now it's starting to cool off, and we've started to come back down around, you know, the $10,000 level, and people are kind of freaking out about that. But it's really not that bad unless you got in at the high and you wound up panic selling for a loss. The good thing about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency is that as long as you never sell for a loss, you won't have a loss. You'll just wind up having to hold it for a while. But what we have inside of our system is kind of a foolproof method, not only to learn how to trade or actively and successfully trade cryptocurrency, whether you have all the time in the world to do it and develop your skill, or I know we have some people on this call that they can only devote a couple hours, maybe an hour a day. And I'm going to show you a way to where we can get to that point to where you are capable of using the time that you have to really be able to show some progress inside the crypto space. But before I get into that, I want to bring out Sean Lynch, one of my business partners. I mean, this guy is just an absolute beast. We've been friends for a little over 1.5 years now, and I was gravitated, just pulled towards him. And the reason for that is, I mean, he's just an absolute sponge. He saw the power of the crypto space back in December of 2016 and really started to dive into it, really trying to absorb absolutely everything that he could get his hands on about it. And that has really started to shine through like nobody else that I've seen. And that's what brought me to him. And I wound up getting on his team within Bitclub Network. And I mean, he's just done so many things about educating people and bringing the proper education and knowledge to the space. So Sean Lynch, go ahead and come on out, buddy. And, you know, tell everybody why you're in such a good mood today.
Thanks, buddy. Yes, I'm super happy, guys. I'm now boss free for the first time in 10 years. It's a great feeling. And listen, it's very scary as well too. I mean, oh my God, I don't have anyone to report to. I don't have anyone telling me what to do. Basically, my future and my family's future rests on my actions that I'm going to put in every single day from now going forward. But I know I'm surrounded with the right people. I'm in the right place at the right time, and the possibilities are pretty much endless here in this space when we're talking about cryptocurrencies, whether it be Bitcoin or whatever background you might have, if it's in marketing, if it's in software development, if it's anything that you can provide in this space, you could probably find a good home here. So we are really focusing on a specific strategy, how to day trade for micro profits, how to mine cryptocurrencies by investing in hardware, and how to market, right? So how to bring in more sales for your business. So this is the trifecta that we put together, and it's something that I've been working on day in and day out, for 2 years now. It doesn't happen overnight. 2 years ago, I knew that I wanted to change. I wanted to make something happen that I could get away from the 9 to 5. And I started surrounding myself with people that would show me what it is I needed to do. And I put in the work. So I would get up at 5 a.m. every single day, watch YouTube videos to take in that knowledge that Jake mentioned about, what is cryptocurrency, where does it come from, and why do I believe in it long term. Then I would get the kids ready for school, drive them off to school, then go to work and come home after work, make dinner, get them to bed. And then I'd be back on the computer till the late hours of the night, absorbing more information and sharing it with others. So it's been a consistent, nonstop work involved, and it's not stopping here. Just now, what I like about not having the job is that the extra 9 to 10 hours a day that I was losing, sitting behind a desk doing work that doesn't really, it's not going to help change people's lives. So it's just a desk job. Now I can concentrate that time on helping others and then helping myself as well. Have a better work-life balance. I've been skipping the gym. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, there's only 24 hours in a day. We have to prioritize, what it is that we can do to help develop ourselves. A lot of it is taking in information. A lot of it is applying action. And I'm looking forward to better balancing my days. Better nutrition, more exercise, and then just get out there and deliver our products and services and our skills to others. So that's why I'm super excited, guys. It's really a new beginning for me, and everyone on the panel here, I have high respect for them because they want the same thing for themselves. They want to create, a business and financial freedom so that they can, be their own boss. So that's where we're at here. It's not going to happen overnight. And, you're in the right place if you're looking for some people to help you get to where you want to be. And so some updates here. It's no secret unless you're watching this for the first time. We talked about our trifecta strategy. Our mining strategy is with Bitclub Network. Bitclub Network is a business that'll allow you to purchase Bitcoin mining hardware, have it installed on your behalf, mine for you, and then you can share these products and services to others and make some commissions, and then we can grow a business around Bitcoin mining. Now, a lot of people have actually approached me recently and even started commenting on my YouTube videos about how could it possibly be sustainable, or things like that. Was it a Ponzi scheme? I made a PowerPoint presentation that I want to share with you guys and show you just how sustainable this business model is without bringing in new investors. So I hope you guys enjoy this. It's a short PowerPoint that I put together for you. So we're going to talk about the level up bonus, the repurchase structure of Bitclub Network. And just a little income disclaimer, I made up some numbers. So any incomes or earning statements that are estimates of income potential only, and there's no assurance that your earnings will match the figures presented, which are given as examples. So I want you guys to assume that you want to start Bitcoin mining. You know what it is. You need the hardware. You need some sort of facility to park that hardware. You're going to have an electricity bill, and you're going to have upkeep costs, maintenance, cleaning, cooling, etc. So you've got all this down. You know what you're doing. So you get 10 friends together. You raise some capital, and you buy some Bitcoin mining hardware, and you have it working for you. Okay, so you're 10 people in a pool. Now let's assume the hardware that you purchased is bringing in 100 Bitcoin per month. All 10 members have equal shares. So all 10 members contributed the same capital cost towards the initial equipment. All members have decided to repurchase or reinvest 50% of their Bitcoin that is shared to them each and every day, or monthly, let's say, back into the business. And let's assume for commission purposes, so how are we going to compensate members who make sales for the business? Let's assume that 50% of that reinvestment goes towards paying commissions, and then 50% goes back to the business for buying new hardware and paying for electricity and upkeep costs. So with these assumptions, at 100 Bitcoin per month, each member would receive 10 Bitcoin per month, because 100 divided by 10 is 10. Now, we assume that 50% of those Bitcoins would be reinvested, right? So 5 of those Bitcoins would be reinvested because everyone has a repurchase amount set to 50%. So that leaves 2.5 Bitcoin to use to pay out residual commissions, because we choose to pay commissions. And I'll get to that in a later slide. Like, why would you want to share this Bitcoin with others when you could just keep it for yourself? And 2.5 Bitcoin to use to invest in growing the mining pool. So upgrading to the latest models, purchasing more equipment. So in a month, that's 75 Bitcoin per month paid to helping those who build a business. So 75 Bitcoin in commissions. So out of that 100 Bitcoin per month that's distributed evenly amongst the members, in a month, you can get 75 Bitcoin distributed amongst the members in passive residual commissions. And another 75 Bitcoin per month that the pool can use to expand and cover operational costs. So see how powerful this is? We haven't even talked about making a sale. We haven't brought an 11th investor into our pool, a 12th, a 13th. So this is just starting with 10 people. Now, the reason why you'd want to bring in, well, here, before I get to that, so this is pretty simple. And now all we need to do is scale up. So with Bitclub Network today, we're more than 10 members. We're 300,000 plus members, but it works the same way. You get a piece of the Bitcoins that are used to pay commissions. You can go get more Bitcoin for yourself by going to get more accounts. So this is why we talk about the 3-account strategy and opening up multiple positions for yourself, because all the Bitcoins that are deposited into each and every account, a percentage of those Bitcoins are going to be used to pay a commission. So why don't you go grab some of those commissions for yourself? Because that's the structure of the business. And you can earn more daily by just having more shares. So how do you get more shares? Because in this example, we have 10 members with, let's say, 1 share each. But what if 9 of the members have 1 share and the 10th member has 5 shares, right? He's going to collect more of the Bitcoins per month than the other 9 because he's invested more. So you can have more shares by investing more into Bitclub Network. So either you buy more shares up front, or you reinvest more of your earnings daily back into the pool so that you get more shares. And then with these more shares, you'll end up earning more over time. And so why would Bitclub Network be interested in bringing in new people to help grow the pool? Well, if you make sales for the business, because with the example that I just gave you, with only having 75 Bitcoin per month to increase the pool, that's not, that you're capped at your growth, right? You can only buy a certain amount of equipment based on how many Bitcoins you mined. But if you bring in more people, you can raise funds faster. So in the last 3 years, Bitclub Network has been able to raise enough funds to pay for 400 petahash of mining hardware. Now, we've covered this in past videos. That's a tremendous amount of hash power. That's a tremendous amount of units that has been purchased and installed on our behalf. And if we look at our timeline, if we look at our roadmap, we're expected to hit 2,000 petahash by mid-year. They announced April. Wouldn't be surprised. May, June. We'll see. I mean, the timeline is there. Depends. It's all paid for, so the equipment is all paid for. Just needs to be deployed in the facilities and start running for us. So we wouldn't have been able to raise this much capital in such a short period of time if we were just using earnings from our machines from the Bitcoin mining. It's a lot more profitable to expand our business by having more reach. So that's where the compensation plan comes in for affiliates to sponsor people or to share the word. Sorry about that, guys. How do you share screen? Here you go. So that's the advantage, that's the incentive as to why you'd want to go out and share, this business with others, because you're bringing in more money. You don't need that new money to grow, but it helps grow the business faster, because more money you have, the more equipment you can have, the more Bitcoins you can mine per month, the more that can get distributed. Now, and then you'll have periods of ups and downs, right? Some members will have more shares, like some members could have 10, 20 shares because they invested more. They've been around longer compared to the new guy who just starts today. That's the nature of the game, right? So that's pretty much, I hope that makes sense. I hope that people seeing Bitclub Network understand that, hey, if you join today and spend $500 or $1,000, why am I not earning as much as John, who's been in here for 3 years, who's been compounding his earnings at 70% for 3 years, collecting 30% of his Bitcoin, and he sponsored a few people, so he's making some passive residual commissions. So of course he's going to earn more than you. He's helping to grow the business. So there's 2 ways to earn with Bitclub Network. You either sit passively and earn your Bitcoin, but understand that it's going to take, an upfront investment, probably 3 to 4 accounts just passively earning for you. And then if you want to grow the business and earn more, then you join our calls, you learn our marketing tips, and you share this business properly with others, and understand that we're part of we're part of something big here, okay? Verifiable on the blockchain, top 10 mining pools in the world, with long-term plans of becoming the next Visa, if you will, okay? Expanding into retail adoption, collecting transaction fees, having Bitcoin ATM, whatever is required to generate income outside of just mining. Mining is always going to be the core of our business, but we can do so much more with our computers. I'll just end with the GPUs, for example. A GPU, very bullish on GPUs, because GPUs can be used for other work other than mining cryptos, right? And that's a good safety net for me. I like that idea that, hey, if Ethereum tomorrow is no longer proof of work and becomes proof of stake, well, now our GPUs can't mine Ethereum. So what are we going to mine? Okay, we can mine Monero. What if Monero falls off the face of the earth tomorrow? What are we going to do with our GPUs? There's always something that we can use these computers for, whether it's mining these cryptocurrencies or branching off into another space, such as artificial intelligence, DNA sequencing, any sort of heavy number crunching that companies might need. We have these big facilities set up with hardware that can do that number crunching, so we could just bill them for their time, and then we can make money off of them, right? So there's a lot you can do with this hardware. It's not just sitting in a facility doing nothing. So very excited about this company, really excited about mining, because if you do it properly, guys, it will set you free. I mean, I've done it in a year, started in 2016, worked my butt off for the first year, and now I'm still going to work my butt off. Don't get me wrong, I'm not sitting back on a beach, but it's definitely been a good source of residual income for me, which I'm now going to apply to my day trading skills. So, for to expand as a person. So that's what I have for you guys today on the call. And Jake, I'll let you take over from here.
Thanks, brother. It's always a delight to hear other people on the team that have hit that point where they feel comfortable enough, not only in the skills that they've acquired, but also in the business that they've built in their spare time, to be able to completely replace their previous income and be able to move forward. And like Sean said, one of the things that I've actually enjoyed the most in the last week of not having a job anymore is I get to take back my schedule. So I can still put in the work on doing my day trading and helping people on our team to build their business, but I can also block off time frames to not only help my wife around the house more, if that's one of the things that I'm trying to do, or to get back into shape more and focus on devouring more books and personal development and just whatever you want to do, all the things that you weren't capable of doing, because for that 8 to 10 to possibly 12 hours every day, Monday through Friday, you were going to help build somebody else's business as an employee. Well, now you've set aside the time to build your business, and your business is starting to get some success. And then from that, you get to get your time back. And I think that's the biggest thing that a lot of people wind up liking the most about being your own boss or being able to fire your boss, is because we only get a certain amount of time on this planet. And unfortunately, ever since the 1900s with Henry Ford, kind of developed the whole 9 to 5 routine. Everybody's just been completely brainwashed by that. Now I'm not saying anything against anybody that has a job, loves their job, and wants to continue working their job, but there's a handful of people that wind up seeing and understanding that there's a better way. And with that better way, I think our systems completely solves that. Like I said in the beginning of this call, I've been around for about 1.5 years in the marketing space. I've had some successes and some failures in some other businesses, but crypto trading, hands down, is the one thing that allowed me to be fully comfortable, once I learned the skill, to be able to step away from my job. And the reason that Sean and I have teamed up together and kind of put together everything that we have inside of our system, which involves crypto day trading and mining, as well as the marketing training that we provide inside of our groups, is because the crypto trading gives you right now money. That's the money that you can earn and have access to, that you can equate to however much money you're working and earning in a job. For me, that's what that was. So once I hit a certain point on knowing that I was able to earn a certain amount from my day trading efforts, now I'm using that money to scale up my passive residual income, which is the mining, because the mining is going to be around forever, at least with Bitcoin, all the way out until the year 2140. And with that mining, there's going to be daily transactions that need to take place, and the miners help solidify the ledger, solidifying the blockchain. So and with that, you get to take part in something that's real. It's been proven, and it's immutable. It's on the blockchain.info/pool site, where in one of the top 10 mining pools that average people can get involved in. All the other ones that you wind up seeing on that site are, you have to have at least $100 million worth of capital to be able to come in to even be looked at. So having both of these, being able to scale up your passive income, making your money work for you, and being able to earn on a daily basis with the crypto trading, and then on top of all that, how to actually market that to people and how make it resonate with other people that are looking to accomplish the same thing. I think that's a really powerful system that we have. So I'm going to dive in a little bit more into the actual crypto markets. I'm going to share my screen real quick. Can you guys see my screen?
Yep.
Okay. So this is one of the exchanges that we use, Poloniex, or Polo for short. One of the other ones is Bittrex, Bittrex.com. I believe right now Bittrex, with the massive influx of new customer accounts, they've kind of paused new customer registration, but that should be fixed here within the next couple weeks to a couple months. But Polo, still very easy to get access to, get an account and get upgraded. So this is Bitcoin, and the way that you actually are able to trade Bitcoin is to Bitcoin to US dollar tether. So US dollar tether is like the equivalent of the US dollar. It doesn't really increase or decrease in value, but that's what you trade back and forth with for Bitcoin. I'm not going to go too much into that, but I just wanted to show you the actual platform that a large number of us use. Now, where do you learn to actually trade crypto? That is going to be within iCoin Pro. So iCoin Pro has training modules that teach you not only the previous, the myths, the history, how did Bitcoin come into creation, what are the different aspects of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. And I always relate it to, you can spend hours and hours or weeks and weeks on YouTube trying to find this information, but at the end of the day, you don't know what you don't know. And that's why having it all under one roof is so powerful, because you can just go to one resource and just dive in and knock out all your training and then learn the trading aspect of it. And then if you wanted to, you could get started right then and there. But so some of the things that iCoin Pro offers that prior to iCoin Pro, some of the reasons that I wasn't successful as a trader was because, for one, I didn't have proper training. So that one marks off that. Second one is I didn't know when to get into the market. I didn't know when to get out of the market. I didn't know how much of my account to utilize whenever I was trading. And all of that is actually taught within the micro profit system. But one of the other really cool parts is they have this profit and loss calculator, which hands down the cost of the membership, this is worth the entire $40 a month. So what it does is you enter the price that you bought a cryptocurrency, and then enter the number that you bought based on whatever exchange that you're on. And then it tells you your 0.3%, 0.5%, 1% profit, 2% profit, all the way up to 50% profit. But it also shows, if you wind up taking a loss, on what those numbers are too. So you can compare the numbers, or the total amount that you went into a trade, and then however much profit you have whenever you exit. And they teach you how to take micro profits. So the biggest thing, they say that in a bull market, everybody's a hero. Everybody's making money. Everybody's a beast when it comes to trading. But realistically, it's just like when the dot-com bubble was going on or the housing market was going on. I mean, you could practically throw a dart at a cryptocurrency and you could make money. But now that we started to hit this correction, people that didn't know what they were doing, didn't know when to take profit, didn't know really how to get into the market, now those guys are hurting. But with the micro profit system, we still have hundreds and hundreds of people that are still making 1 to possibly 10% per day on their own accounts based on following this. Now, there's no guarantees with learning this. At the end of the day, every investment has risk, and you need to evaluate your own risk. But by having the proper education, you can get to the point where you remove the emotion out of it, and it's just like following a system. If you see everything line up the way that it's taught and the way that it's supposed to, then you can successfully move forward in and out of that trade knowing that you're making a good decision instead of just guessing, because guesswork turns into really bad things if you don't know what you're doing. But one of the really exciting parts about iCoin Pro that I'm going to share here in just a second that they just came out with is the trade finder. So a lot of people wind up saying, well, Jake, I just don't have enough time throughout the day to sit there and analyze charts all day. Hey, neither did I. But at the same point in time, if you're learning a skill that you can take anywhere, as long as you have internet access, why would you not devote a little bit of time or the time that you had to be able to try to learn this skill? So going through the training and having Trade Finder on top of that is really powerful. And so I'm going to explain a little bit on what all this is. So you can specify which cryptocurrency pairs you want to look at. The 3 different strategies that are taught are buy the squeeze, possible anticipated dips, and then dips. And then these are the 2 exchanges that Trade Finder is currently crawling. So they're looking at over 200 different cryptocurrencies every single second, seeing if it matches up with the algorithm based on our trading strategies. So this shows that it's on the Poloniex exchange. This shows the actual cryptocurrency pair and the alert price that alerted this, along with the market cap for that coin, how much volume that coin has, and the 1-hour RSI. The RSI is relative strength index. That's an indicator that we use for a new trading strategy that's going to be actually getting released Monday night. What is that? January 22nd. So if you guys are watching the replay, there's going to be another link, I'm sure, somewhere below this video to watch the iCoin Pro corporate hangout. And from that, they're going to be going into, or I'm sorry, if you're already a member, then you'll be able to go in and watch the training. And then also it shows what the 1-hour change, the 24-hour change, and what rank each cryptocurrency is. And so if you're watching this and you get the little notification saying, hey, this is lining up for doing whatever, you can immediately click on this and then go directly to that cryptocurrency inside that exchange and place your trade if it lines up and meets the criteria that you're looking for. So I mean, all of this, it just combines into this massive system that's going to give a lot of people success, because this cuts down on the time that you have to sit there and look through coin after coin after coin and trying to identify if it's doing this, if it's doing that. So I mean, and as you can see on the Trade Finder, I mean, these are all potential trades that are going on right now, all within the last 16 minutes. So I'd say that that's a pretty big win for a lot of people, especially some that don't have the time to sit there and go through all these charts. Let me get back over to here. So with that being said, I mean, it really just comes down to finding what works for you. I know with this system, we have a lot of people that are having a lot of success, and it's only going to continue. Whether the market's going up, whether it's going down, whether it's going sideways, we have the tools at our disposal to be able to capitalize on this. And just to review the entire system as a whole, again, we have our day trading on the front end, and that gives us our daily income from our trading. And then from that, we use those profits to scale our mining business. And then our mining business provides us that passive residual income. And once you get that built up, then you have that money coming in no matter what. And then you continue, increasing your trading account. So eventually it gets to the point of, what I like to shoot for is having more crypto coming in than you have going out. And that's a good day. on anybody's behalf. I would think that everybody would agree with that. So, that pretty much wraps it up. If you guys have any questions or anything specific, we can go ahead and handle that as soon as we get done here. Other than that, we will see you guys on the next call every Sunday at 11 a.m. We have these to answer questions, help our team, and really just be able to provide feedback for anybody else that has any questions. Oh yeah, let me show that graph real quick that I got sent over from Steven. So this is just kind of a little inside info as to what Bitcoin could be doing here shortly. Let me pull it up. All right, so this chart up here, this is the emotional chart of a trader. So depending on what's going on with the graph, you have hope, optimism, belief, thrill, euphoria, then it comes down to complacency, anxiety, denial, panic, capitulation, anger, depression, and disbelief. And then the whole process starts over again. But this is the actual price chart of Bitcoin right now. And it is damn near following this identically. So a lot of the questions that I get asked on a regular basis, or even when Bitcoin was in its massive climb up, hey, I want to buy Bitcoin, but I just don't know when the time to buy is. Well, right now, we are pretty much seeing, we're not at 14,000. I think we're at like 11,200 as of the recording of this video. So with that being said, I mean, we're still really low on the price of Bitcoin. Could we potentially see it go lower? Yeah, absolutely. There's been talks and discussion on it possibly hitting the 7,500 or 8,000 mark. So if that's the case, then hey, I'm going all in even more than I already am on some additional crypto. But as this price goes up and as it goes down, the biggest thing is knowing what to do with that. I mean, I've seen different screenshots of conversations with people where they were talking about they took a mortgage out on their house, bought Bitcoin at like 16 or 17,000 and like $75,000 worth, and then they panic sold at 13 or 14,000. I'm like, you are an absolute idiot. I don't get involved in a market and don't take a risk that you're not willing to lose. If you're not comfortable or if you don't have enough information, then don't get involved. But that's what we're here for, to give you the information so that way you can feel comfortable moving forward. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up for the day. Does anybody have any questions? Go ahead and come on out.